KASPA will go to $1, and in this video I'm going to be showing you why, and more specifically we're going to be reacting to KASPA CEO speak on the future of KASPA and why KASPA will blow up by 2025. So if you're not holding any KASPA, make sure to stick around till the end of the video and react to Jonathan Sompolinsky and what he thinks of his own project. Now, before getting into the video, KASPA's price is sitting at $0.1047 or roughly 10 cents, and for the day it is actually up 0.02%, but overall it is kind of looking bearish for the week, for the month, but for the year it is looking incredible, right? And that's something that people aren't paying attention to enough when looking at this project. Right now so many coins are looking bullish, but so KASPA is looking pretty bearish. Coins like Solana, coins like Quant have been pumping pretty good, but for me, KASPA, this upcoming bull run is one of my favorite projects to cover, and more specifically it's one of my favorite projects that I have been DCAing, and in my opinion, even though I'm kind of losing money right now, overall I think it's going to be a major payoff, right? With a market cap of 2.3 billion, some people are turned off, but in my opinion this project still has major utility and major use case, right? And its tokenomics are still pretty decent, right? The trading volume is down 34% at roughly $26 million, and in my opinion that just means people are holding and people are believing. And with that being said, let's see what Solana CEO or KASPA CEO has to say about the KASPA project.
So this is very important to emphasize. We are not responsive to the actual network delay that you observe. We're responsive to the actual worst case delay that you believe the network to have. And I emphasize you believe because any user can set her own beliefs. There's no agreement on this parameter. You can run your full node with 10 confirmation, wait for 10 confirmations, and believe the delay to be 2 seconds, and you can run your full node with 30 seconds and believe the delay to 30 confirmations and believe the delay to be 10 minutes. It's a user's local decision to decide whether they want what parameter to set for D.
Right, before we continue, guys, obviously to understand this video and the utility behind it, you need to watch our previous Solana or KASPA reaction. I don't know why I'm calling KASPA Solana so much today, but overall, I love reacting to presentations of CEOs from these tokens that we cover, because that's how you truly understand a project. And to invest in a project, in my opinion, you need to understand the utility behind it. You need to understand what makes it great, what makes it bullish, and what makes it actually explode. You don't need to just do TA the whole day. In my opinion, that's how I've made the most gains, by understanding the utility of projects.
Okay, so what is block DAG? By now it's a more well-known construction, but basically any construction of a proof of work that does not wait for every block to propagate through the entire network. Every asynchronous proof of work will result in a DAG, okay? So in a DAG, there's all these events as just blocks that are mined regularly as in the proof of work manner. And the only difference is, instead of just pointing at the winning chain, the longest chain or the ghost chain, you point at every block that you see, okay? So for instance, the miner of block Z in this example saw like Y, W, X, and until the Genesis block, and therefore added 2 pointers to these blocks. Okay, this is like basically a DAG. And what do we need consensus for in this system? We need to know how to order blocks that are not related through the DAG topology. What do I mean by that? So block Z in this example was clearly mined after Y and W, right? Because it has a hash pointer to them. And block Y was similarly mined provably after block X. But what is the relationship between Y and W, and what happens when there's a double spend between them, This is the only role of the consensus protocol. So the single role of a DAG consensus protocol is to output a linear ordering on the DAG so that we are sure that all nodes understand whether a Y precedes W or W precedes Y. All other blocks that have a topological relationship do not need to be explicitly ordered. Lastly, the parameter K is basically the DAG width. So if you think about, let's say the delay in the network is 10 seconds and there are 10 blocks per second in the system, then you would expect, under normal circumstances, that the DAG width will be 100 blocks. Okay, in this example, the DAG width is about 4 or 5 blocks. And now the core issue is whether you know K or not, whether the protocol assumes K in advance or not, whether the protocol designer hard-coded the parameter K or the parameter D into the protocol. Okay.
Right, so overall, this utility is very important, not just for KASPA, but for overall understanding what blockchains are. And if you're in crypto, some of you may know, but some of you are not even that informed of how the blockchain systems work and how everything is being held together, right? And the utilities behind your projects. Like I say, utility has become my favorite word, but you need to understand it before investing. It's so important, guys. Trust me, it's so important.
So DAGNITE was built upon previous work, the Phantom paper, which I co-authored. And in Phantom, we presented a generalization of the Bitcoin protocol. So without getting into too much detail, just using intuition, in Phantom, we observed that in a DAG, you can notice what the honest set of blocks is. And the honest set of blocks is the largest K-connected set. What is a K-connected set? It's just a set of blocks marked here in blue that are almost fully connected to each other, save maybe 4 blocks. So every block in the blue set that you see here is connected to all other blue blocks, apart from at most 4 blocks. And without needing to understand exactly how we define it, you get the intuition. If I tell you that the DAG width is 4 on average, or what you expect the DAG width or the DAG asynchrony to be 4 blocks, this means that on average, in every unit of delay in the network, there are 4 blocks that are mined in parallel. That's what you expect. In which case, you should look for a set of blocks that resemble this structure, this predicted or expected structure. And well, an attacker can also form such a cluster, such a set of well-connected, K-connected blocks. However, the attacker has less than 50% of the proof of work. Therefore, the attacker will not own a majority of the blocks. Okay. Okay, so.
Yeah, so overall, guys, like I said, he is explaining everything really well, and this is why I like this project, right? The CEO needs to be in touch, needs to be able to connect with the community, and that's what Jonathan is doing. Obviously, he's explaining the optimizations, right? The Phantom and the DAGNITE over optimization, and he did a really good job. But let me know, guys, how do you think this ties into the project, and do you think this utility has anything to do with what the price is doing right now, and do you think it's going to have an impact on the future, right? Because obviously KASPA has not been through a bull run. You need to understand that, and with utility like this, I don't really see a way that this project fails.
So the holy grail of DAGNITE, and this was the main breakthrough that Michael presented 3 years ago, was that we don't need to know K in advance. While Phantom knows K in advance, it gets as a parameter the expected DAG width. DAGNITE does not need to know it. And instead, DAGNITE solves a min-max optimization problem. It searches for the minimal K such that the largest K cluster achieves 50%, a majority of the DAG. So it's a very nice paradigm shift. And I encourage you to read the paper. In general, it's a very long journey. So it started with a very simple pseudocode, and it ended up like this. And it's not only a matter of implementation, there are profound reasons for these procedures, for these complications, which we detail in the protocol, in the paper, which we will upload today, marking the 14-year anniversary of the Bitcoin white paper. Here's a short summary of comparison to previous works in DAG. Yeah, and I guess I'll conclude with that.
Yeah, and that was the interview pretty much. So let me know what you think about the CEO. Are you as high on him and as I am? And overall, let me know your thoughts on the project, right? Because this is a project that has been pretty bullish so far for the week and for the month. Overall, the whole crypto boom that has kind of been happening, a mini crypto boom I would call it, has not really affected KASPA, which is something that you could look at as a bad thing, but you could also look at it as a good thing. So let me know, are you bullish, are you bearish on KASPA's current situation? And put all of your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear all of them. And if you made it this far into the video, let me know which AI altcoin do you think will 100x next. As always, I love talking to you today, and peace.